What is up, you beautiful people? Welcome back to the Jordan Davis Podcast. I am your host, Jordan Davis. And on today's episode, we'll be talking about a little bit of G.I. Joe. Because yesterday, they showed a new trailer for the Snakeeyes movie that is in the G.I. Joe universe. And so I really was thinking about seeing that trailer. I was like, are they going to do something with a G.I. Joe kind of cinematic universe like that, like they do with Marvel, DC? And so I was kind of thinking, and I really want to talk about this today on the channel, and on this, video today, is G.I. Joe starting a new cinematic universe for movies. So I want to talk about that today, and yeah, so I'm excited to really talk about it. So before we get into that though, if you're new to this channel, I do DC, Marvel, all kind of movies. I do Star Wars movies. I talk about speculation. I talk about trailers. I talk about excitement for movies to come. And if you like that kind of thing, and even if you like movies, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell at the bottom so you know when my videos come out, so you know immediately so you can watch them. So yeah, now that we got that out of the way, let's get into the topic at hand. So talking about G.I. Joe. Now, I don't remember the last time I watched something G.I. Joe. To be perfectly honest with you, I think the last time I watched something G.I. Joe was like the movies, live action movies. And so it's pretty interesting to really think about and talk about G.I. Joe, because I've always been a fan of G.I. Joe. Been a fan of the cartoon shows, been a fan of, the action figures, all of that. And I've always liked the character of Snakeeyes, the mysterious, sword wielding kind of ninja. And when I heard they were doing like black guys, I was like, okay, this is interesting. Is this going to be part of, the universe that we saw, like Channing Tatum, The Rock, and all that? It's like, so I'm not really sure what is going on with this universe, because we haven't heard really anything about continuing the universe, and because to be perfectly honest with you, it really didn't do that good. Even though I liked the movies, they were okay. They didn't do good at all, and I wasn't really sure if they're going to continue the universe, and maybe they're trying to softly reboot the universe with this movie Snakeeyes, G.I. Joe Origin. Well, that's the title. So, and so it's very, very interesting to see what they do with this franchise, to see what they do with this universe, because I think, if they can get it done, I think G.I. Joe can be very big. It could be one of those, big kind of IPs that audience really love, because everyone loves G.I. Joe. I mean, G.I. Joe is a big hit, no matter how old or young you are. You've watched G.I. Joe, you played with the action figures, you watched the cartoons, you know about G.I. Joe, and most people like G.I. Joe. And so when I saw this trailer, it was more of a teaser trailer because it was basically a minute. So they really didn't give us much to really, dive deep into it. But what they gave to us, I really liked. I think the actor that's playing Snake Eyes, I think it's Henry Goldman, I believe, and I never seen him in like action, because I believe he was like in another movie, Crazy Rich Asians. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you, that's not my cup of tea. But I think he looks the part of Snake Eyes, you know, and from what I saw, especially in the beginning, the fighting, the martial arts, the sword wielding, I think it gets me in right away. It wants me to see it right away, and it's going to be very interesting how they kind of tell the story, because we've always seen Snake Eyes with the mask on. Because obviously you're not going to cover Henry Goldman. You're just not, because he's a pretty good looking actor. You're just not going to cover the face because, you know, obviously reasons. And so really it's kind of cool to see like the origins, because I always thought, Snake Eyes was kind of like the Boba Fett of G.I. Joe. You never know who he truly was. I don't believe he ever talked. Maybe, maybe I'm forgetting something. And if he did talk or anything, tell me in the comments below for you G.I. Joe fans. But I always consider him as Boba Fett. Never talked, had his face covered, but he was awesome. He looked cool. He was quick. He had a sword. He was dressed in black and all of that. And man, he was pretty much, I think, my favorite character in G.I. Joe, because he was just so mysterious. He was, dressed in black and everything. He was pretty much, like I said, he was the Boba Fett of G.I. Joe. And it's very, very interesting where they take this character. And like I said, this could be a start of like a soft reboot of the whole G.I. Joe universe. So there's many things they could go off of with just this movie. Maybe we'll get a little hints of a bigger universe, of a rebooted universe. And so if they do that, I'm kind of excited where they go with it. And because the world needs G.I. Joe. Because the world is just better with, with the bombastic nature of G.I. Joe. And I hope we get, a universe where we see connective canon movies with this movie, if this movie does well. I think if this movie does well, I think we're going to see more of an expanding of the G.I. Joe universe in live action. And so, yeah, this trailer got me really excited, because for one, the action is like amazing. Henry Goldman, I believe I'm saying his name right. He looks the part. He looks like a new upcoming action star, to be perfectly honest with you. And hey, I'm excited about that. I really am. And I'm excited how he does in this role. And I hope this movie does really well, because then this will able to give us more G.I. Joe movies. And I would love to see more of that. However we get there, I hope it's good. And if this is, the starting point of getting more G.I. Joe movies and actually getting a G.I. Joe cinematic universe, hey, I'm all down for it. And I can't wait to see what they do with Snake Eyes. And so my reaction and my thoughts about the Snake Eyes trailer is, I think it had great action, great martial arts. I can't wait for those martial arts kind of scenes and action scenes. And Henry Goldman is really excited to see what he does in the role. And third, if this leads to a G.I. Joe cinematic universe with this movie, no pressure. and I would be really excited, and I would for one be, I would be, up for it. I would be excited. I would be rooting for a G.I. Joe cinematic universe. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the trailer. What did you think about Snakeeyes G.I. Joe Origins? Did you like it? What do you think? Are you even a G.I. Joe fan? And what is your history of the G.I. Joe franchise? And do you want to see a G.I. Joe cinematic universe? Do you want to really see those good movies on the big screen? So I would love to know what you think. Tell me in the comment section. I would love to hear from you. I would love to engage with you about this particular topic of G.I. Joe. Do you think that this movie could start a cinematic universe? And I would love to know from you. And so yeah, just make sure to hit me up in the comments. I'll reply back to you, and I can't wait to hear from you. And so yeah, that would be the end of the podcast for this topic. And so again, if you're new to this channel, I talk about movies, DC movies, Marvel, Star Wars, any kind of movies. So make sure to hit the like button, comment below, and hit the subscribe button as well. It would really help me out. So yeah, thank you all for watching for this episode of the Jordan Davis Podcast. And until the next video, I'll see you later. Bye.